of construction. That does not include the entanglement of the so-called city improvements. So 2 years of economic disruption, 2 years of business disruption, 2 years of essentially peace and quiet loss for the people who reside down there. And no one has put any quantification on that. Yet these are the people who've been paying the bills for a long time prior to Beauport appearing on the scene. Another thing, the traffic flow. Okay, I quite frankly think that this board and the city as a general has a preoccupation with these parking plans. One of the things that's driving the size of this building is its requirements of parking. It's all predicated on a blown-out model. But if you look at it, they've got the 101 rooms in a much smaller and concentrated area. Again, there is a better design. Adequacy of utilities. I've heard everyone I've spoken to says, oh, the city's taking care of all that. No. When we were at the site visit, and several of you councilors were on the site visit that was attended just for infrastructure, there was a specific question asked. What was going to happen on drainage? Nothing. There's going to be replacement of some pipes, and that's it. No change in grade, no change in elevation. There isn't a drainage plan. I have not heard people complaining about the sewer and the water. There is clearly a demand for more sewer and water pipage if a hotel is in. But what everybody complains about is the drainage. With less than an inch of rain, the storm drains, if you're at a tide event, tide event, they overflow the street. There's a very simple reason for that. Look at your existing plan and look at the elevation of the drainage pipe that's near the Fort Square area. It's at elevation 0.7. So that means at 7/10 of 1 foot, or about 9 inches above low water, that pipe begins to fill. So as the tide comes in, that fills and the rest of the pipes get surcharged with it. That's a degree of failure that can only be achieved, only be remedied with pumps and an altogether different system, which is not on the drawing board, period. Mr. Hale says it's being done. Have you seen any plans that are final? I've not. We have a drainage easement going under our property, under the Mortallaro property. It's a 10-inch pipe. I've not seen any drainage plans, and that's important. So in conclusion, what I'd like to say is this, that there is a better design. This is not what you should accept. This is not what the public deserves. It's not what that beach deserves. And there's a real irony here that you fight so hard for the beach and then we're quick to give it up with the first proposal that comes along. This does not mean, if you vote no, it doesn't mean that there's no hotel ever at that site. It just means that you have concerns about what's going on and is there something better? And I tell you there is. The last diagram I want to show you. Look at the size of the deck on this hotel. The deck is the gray portion. Joel, can I? Okay, yes, you can. Okay. We have a deck out the back on Commercial Street. We have all this deck area here. Okay? That's for outdoor seating, outdoor congregating, and things of that nature. Could you come up with a better design that might incorporate the hotel coming off of Commercial Street to give some breathing room there and off of the beach? I think you can. And I challenge the applicant and certainly Ms. Lorenzo when she says, I'll listen. I hope you've been listening tonight. Thank you.